This is Rob Liefeld. Kai Review is going down.
Hey guys, just finished watching Legion, Season 3, Episode 7, Chapter 26. So this is the before last episode. We have one more episode left after this, and this is, whoa, what an interesting episode. I guess building up to the last episode, we still have so much left to kind of deal with. We still haven't nowhere near kind of fixing his relationship with everyone at Division 3, with Sid and the Carries and all those people and all that stuff, so that's going to be quite interesting there. There was a slight bit of option there for Sid with the way things kind of go on in this episode, the way her thinking in throughout this episode, so that's quite interesting there. We start off this episode with kind of, obviously we've seen him before a while ago, that Charles Xavier, was looking for Farouk, and he finds someone just like him. He creates the Cerebro to kind of be able to talk to everyone mentally, or just to expand his reach and read more minds type thing, so he can look for someone else like him, which is quite interesting with that. And he goes to see Farouk, but Farouk knows that he's coming and is waiting for him type thing. So that's kind of interesting. We get to play with the idea that Farouk was looking for him. He thinks he's looking for Farouk, but it's the other way around. So that was really cool with that. We see the evolution. We see that evolution is actually kind of, because they're going into the past, it's kind of destroying Switch's body. She's losing teeth and stuff. She's really kind of not really being able to deal with it. So all this kind of problem stuff is kind of really kind of taking a toll on her body. That's quite cool. We see that Sid and the two Carries, they end up making it to the 60s, or to whenever David was born. It seems like the 60s, but to whenever David was a newborn type thing, and that was quite interesting there. They arrived there, but not David until later on, so that's quite interesting there, how, is by having more people, by Sid and the two Carries showing up, is that putting even more strain on Switch, and can she tell that there are more people that they are there yet? We haven't been able to see that, whether or not she can tell whether or not they are in the back, because I guess she's getting so damaged by evolution. It is quite interesting kind of playing with that, and how the idea that she may or may not know that the other people are there. We see that Charles Xavier reads the monkeys. There's a monkey in a cage, and he reads his mind, and it's like there's like a king in there. So he finds out that Farouk has kind of been lying to him, and all this stuff. He kind of took a bunch of people's memories, and I guess their spirits of their minds, and they're all inside of this one little girl. So that's quite interesting, dealing with that, feeling to him that Farouk is kind of the bad guy. And we see David gives his father a piece of cake which has knowledge in it type thing, which was quite cool. The way they did that, instead of explaining to him, he just kind of here's a cake with all this kind of forced knowledge type thing all at once type thing. I think that was really cool, dealing with that. And we see Carrie, the girl, she wants to when Sid tells her that we found David and he's a baby, and he says, okay, let's just kill him because he's going to do dangerous stuff later on, and Sid won't do it because of her moral code, after she had her second childhood with in the last episode with what's her name? I can't think of her name there, but with Melanie and the guy there, and Melanie and Oliver in the last episode, how she had a kind of second childhood and stuff. So she's kind of, her morals from that is kind of into here. She's changing her mind, like she's not wanting to hurt young David. So that's quite interesting with that. It'd be cool playing with that to see how things kind of go. And then we end the episode with present Farouk kind of showing up in the past. Because David throughout this episode has been telling his father Charles that, like, we can do this, we can defeat him together. Before alone, you were not strong enough to do it, but together we should be able to overpower him. We should be able to do this, and that's when we see that present Farouk, who is stuck kind of in between time throughout this whole episode, shows up and is able to back his younger self, I guess, up. So that'll be quite interesting to see two Farouks versus David and his father. That'll be quite cool to see as to where things kind of go with this, and to see as to where things, like, if Sid jumps into a room and they're both kind of fighting and everything's going on, which side is Sid going to choose? Current Farouk, is she going to get to see a reveal of what's going on? I feel like it's a bit, this show, I want it to kind of happen to the point where maybe current Farouk, the present Farouk kind of does something, and Sid ends up accidentally watching, and she kind of sees everything, and Sid and the two Carries see everything and all that stuff, and they kind of, it reveals that he was playing them the whole time type thing. So I think that's going to be quite interesting to see as to where things kind of go with that. But I feel like this show is not going to do anything kind of predictable like that, so we'll have to wait and see as to where things kind of go with this. But this thing might just end up with, like, it's going to have a crazy ending. It expected to have like a mind mine F ending, type thing. I really expect to have this show end in a way where you end up just being like that one guy in the first season. There's the guy with the big long drool. Like, it's going to be one of those things that's just like so hard to watch, so hard to understand, and it's going to be so kind of complicated. I think it's probably going to be complicated, or he's just going to straight up end it in a way that just, David's the bad guy, end of story, and that's how it ends, and maybe, Farouk wins. So it's just going to be quite interesting to see as to where things go, because I really feel like with this show, anything could happen. So let me know what you think, guys, in the comments below. How would you like to see this end, and how do you think it's going to end? And let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
We're here for Kyle Reviewed on YouTube, the very best Kyle Reviewed channel on all the YouTube Kyle Reviewed channels. You got that? You got that right? Thank you for watching Kyle Reviewed. Deadpool and I thought it was fantastic. You need to like, you need to subscribe. You know how it's done. Like, subscribe. Right, DP? All right, Kyle Reviewed. Cool channel.